What's going on, guys? The Silly Product News. I wish I could let you listen to more, but I don't own that music. And you know, like my man Biggie once said, more viewers, more problems. Anyways, this is July 23rd, Thursday, 2020. Campbell and Wrightwood. This is actually an intersection. That's the street right there, the middle of the street, that they're getting down to. Chief Keef, famous Chicago rap artist. And we're about a block away from Mayor Lori Lightfoot's house. The song's about to go off in a minute, and I'm about to make my way over to the fence, the barricades that separate the citizens from the police, to show you guys that.
We will win. I believe that 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 we will win.
Joe, stay here. I'm going to go right over there. I'll be back.
We wasn't playing with them.
I'm going to take you over here, guys, for the people who haven't seen this video. They're turning up at Campbell and Wrightwood. Excuse me, guys. Excuse my man. They're turning up at Campbell and Wrightwood. They just played Chief Keef. Inner circle went nuts. I'll take you out here to the outside perimeter. Excuse me, guys. This is the outside perimeter. Excuse my man. Where this is the normal blockade for... this is the perimeter for the mayor's residence. There's only usually one car here. Now there's about, I don't know, 80, 100 officers. I would have to say the crowd's number somewhere like 1,000. The organizers of this event just reported that the Christopher Columbus statue is coming down. The will of the people has been done. The statue is coming down. Regardless of what side of the issue you're on, America was born on the will of the people.
Thank you.
So it went into another song. Now here, I'm up against the gate. I'm commentating to my video, and two of the protesters come up to me and ask me a very, very, very odd question. They asked me if I have another battery. Now think about that. I have a gimbal with a cell phone. Are they asking me for another cell phone battery? You guys got to come up with a better question than that if you want to try and fill people out. You got to do better than that, man. Yeah. Battery? No, I don't ever have an extra cell phone battery in my pocket, ever. So I'm commentating on the video, and be a close-up shot of woman they put right in front row center, and has a thin blue line flag on it, which is against Rule 42 CPD policies and procedures. They're not to engage in any political or partisan behavior. Obviously, a flag is the most political thing in the world, right? It's a symbol. So if the citizens break the law, they rightly and justly get arrested and then have due process. If CPD breaks their own policies and procedures, nothing happens?
How are you?
Are you a federal agent?
No, I'm not a federal agent.
I never seen a CPD officer in plain clothes. Come on, rap with me, my man. Come on. So that is actually Director Glen Brooks. He's the Community Relations Director. I don't know if that's his exact title, but there's a thing in Chicago called CAPS, which is a community relations that builds relations between the community and the police department. Officer Campbell, Director Campbell, excuse me, he was actually very engaging. That's probably the highest. No, I've actually talked to him. But he's the highest ranking CPD director, I guess, that has actually answered questions. As you know, he's part of community relations, so it's his job to engage with the public. I mean, it's all their jobs to seek out engagements with the public, but he actually did it. Because of what's going on with the suppression, I'm going to start a Patreon. That way I can show you all this footage, because it's very, very important footage. If you notice the white shirt right there, and we'll get another shot of him because we're going to come back up, he's looks like he's hugging himself. He's actually just covering his badge and his star number. I'm sorry, his star number and his name. And the black umbrellas have come out. The first appearance of the black umbrellas of the night. So it's about, this started at 7 at the park. The people marched from the park about maybe 2-3 blocks down to this point.
Director, Glen Brooks, Chicago Police.
And your star number?
There is no star number. I'm a director.
The world on the internet, then on Joe Cruz Live right now. If you can't make it down to Campbell and Lightfoots, you better be on Joe Cruz Live. If you don't feel that, I don't know nothing about you. Don't talk to me.
I'm glad y'all are having fun, right? Because like our joy is revolutionary. But make sure you keep your eyes peeled. Repeat after me. Keep your eyes peeled.
Keep your fucking eyes peeled.
Stay vigilant. Stay vigilant. We got some ops in the crowd. We got some ops in the crowd. Stay vigilant. Stay vigilant. And yeah, we're gonna keep teeing up. Just remember, we're always gonna outnumber the police. Just always know that. We always gonna outnumber the police.
That's fucking right. That's the sad fact about it, though.
Thank you for the statue.
I know this nigga ain't come out here.
Thank you for the statue. IDD out of CPS.
Y'all back up on me. Y'all back up on me. Y'all back up on me. Thank you. Trump. Wait, hold on.
They're getting warmed up to the secret police, just saying. BRB, be safe, Joe. Hi, Mrs. AFC. How come Word and TV ain't got a rent?
I'm part of an organization that helped organize this along with another person.
And what's the name of the organization?
BLCK Rising.
BLCK Rising?
Yeah, Black Rising.
Okay, and where, and what happened? Miracle, a girl named Miracle at Grant Park got her teeth knocked out yesterday?
Yeah, Miracle, who's a part of Good Kids Mad City, was out there peacefully protesting, as they always do, and was sucker punched by a police officer, so that was the powder keg. We've been asking for them to stop brutalizing protesters. Like, we've been asking for that since, like, the very beginning, and it seems like it's only gotten worse. So there's that. But
Is there videotape footage of that?
of her getting punched in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's out there.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up. When
It's
I,
very, because at first, people are always like, well, what did she do? But she was literally doing nothing.
Yeah. No, I 100%. Besides this today, and besides that happening yesterday, and that being the powder keg, what do you guys have planned for the future? Is there anything for tomorrow? Is it? And where could I find out, or where can anybody find out?
BLCK Rising.
BLCK Rising on what platform?
Everything.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. BLCK Rising.
CPD out of CPS. CPD out of CPS. Make some motherfucking noise, y'all. We gonna get back to the speaking and the chanting and stuff, and I want to include everybody with the song request. Y'all out in the crowd. We don't want to have anything on y'all that, and we don't want anything to happen to anybody. Be careful who you talk to. We love y'all, love yourself, love the people around you. Thank you.
Oh my God.
The only one guy, the regular officers don't have their body cameras on. So if I wanted to make a FOIA request, I couldn't get, there was no body camera to get.
So right here, there's one officer in the back who's got a camera on a stick that's high up in the crowd. If you look kind of to the left, well, when you walk up, if you look really hard, you can see it. It's not that easy to see, I guess. Let me see if I got a picture of it. So it's to the left of the screen. You see it, like, it's right in the middle now. Well, anyways, if you take your time, you see it's just a camera on the top of a pole, and he's in the back. He's right over the white shirt's left shoulder. But none of these officers have body cameras on per the federal consent decree. And this is what Joe's talking with Director Campbell about right now. The officers are required to wear their body camera anytime they engage with the public. Director Campbell is saying that they're not in their district, so they've made a policy. Well, their policy never supersedes the federal consent decree, okay? Federal consent decree is an agreement that the city of Chicago came to with the state of Illinois, because the state of Illinois sued the city of Chicago. So the city of Chicago was defended in a lawsuit. And they said, we're not going to admit to any culpability, but we will. So if your neighbor had a, let's say this, your neighbor has a tree and it's hanging over onto your property. You sue him because he doesn't want to take the tree down. You guys come to an agreement that Bob down the block will mediate. And your neighbor will listen to what Bob says because your neighbor has been wrong. So he'll mediate and he'll decide where the tree needs to be trimmed and how it needs to be trimmed. And your neighbor has decided to go along with what Bob says. So the Honorable Robert Dow Jr. is a federal judge who's in charge of the federal consent decree. And then there's Maggie Hickey, who is a federal monitor. So she's basically the eyes and ears on the ground. But so there's the same white shirt covering up his name and his badge number. They always have to have their body camera on. They cannot write out policy, because if they could do that, then they, okay, well, if it's a week after the summer solstice on a Tuesday night, we don't have to wear body cameras. If we're wearing blue and it's the third week in November, we don't have to wear body cameras. Like, no, you got to wear your body cameras regardless of. But that issue needs to be raised in federal court, right? And the thing is that who's going to raise the issue? But people are learning, people understand their rights. And what happened right here is this guy's agitating. The guy with his hands up is agitating. And the problem with yelling and screaming at the cops is that you're putting everybody on both sides of the barricades, health and life at risk. You're not just, he's trying to say, well, I do what I want, but it's not just about you. Both sides are going to get injured because of somebody with a hot head.
What'd you say?
Have a good night.
Thank you for your concern. I was saying, it's the easiest money you ever made. Everything's going easy. And then your goofy ass buddy wants to jump in and make shit aggressive for some reason.
He said have a good night.
Yes, why? Fuck, he ain't concerned about me.
That's
Stop it. You know he's not concerned about me.
All right.
Stop it. Now, back to you.
Have
Is
a
that
nice
what we
day.
pay you for, to be on the phone, officer?
Have a nice day.
Thank you. Is that what we pay you for? To be on your phone?